I'm a lawyer and I have so many unanswered questions about the Doc Twitch cover-up. Yes, it's a cover-up. Number one, how did a random viewer get the attention of the Doc through DMs when he has literally millions of followers and thousands of DMs like each day? Number two, did the Doc know her age? That was answered like a couple hours ago in the Rolling Stone magazine. If you didn't see the article, the link is in the description below. Number three, why did Twitch and journalists like Slasher and all these others withhold this information from police if it was a crime against a minor? I was working on a video going through an email leak that was sent to my friend Stan on Tuesday morning before the Doc's admission. It predicted a lot of things and it gave us some answers on the context of how Doc would have met this minor online if they never met in person. But it sounds like the most recent Rolling Stone article contradicts a major point, which is that Doc knew the age of the minor at the time. In the Rolling Stone article, co-authored by Rod Breslau, Slasher, an ex-Twitch employee confirms that the Doc knew the minor was underage and said, it's not a problem, and he continued texting her explicit things. No bueno, okay? Now, if that's true, we've got a way bigger bombshell to deal with. Twitch, the Doc, and journalists were all covering up a massive scandal, okay? Now, we could understand why each Twitch employee as an individual maybe didn't say anything. Maybe they're trying to save their jobs, but you guys should have reported it. You should have, anonymously even. I mean, it's pretty odd to me that this outwardly progressive company did not have a single soul in the organization who would stand up for such a strong, obvious line of morals. Now everyone's coming out for sure. Okay, but it's because of one guy who kept using the Doc band for years to try to get people to buy concert tickets to his band that nobody wants to listen to? You guys could have done better. Of course, we know why the Doc wouldn't want this to come out. Now, he says he's a changed man, and maybe. That's not my judgment call to make, okay? I think it's going to be up to a lot of nuances and details, and we don't have that right now. But what about the journalists who say they knew this whole time? Who were they trying to protect? What were they trying to protect? They didn't have a job with Twitch. They didn't have a job with Doc. Slasher, I'm calling you out so you can explain. You put in the Rolling Stone article that you knew this whole time. Not that you had a hunch. You wrote today in the news that you learned about the reason in 2020, but chose not to report on it. To be fair, I have a degree in journalism, so I understand you didn't want to report on the allegations without having any sources who wanted to go on the record. But there's a different kind of reporting you could have done, Slasher. You could have reported to the cops. If you thought that this was really true, which you've been touting all over the internet for 4 years, this is super serious, man. I mean, we all thought it was some contract dispute, some shadiness with the Doc's camp and negotiating and all that. We had no idea there was a child in danger. And you knew?
For several months now,
Yeah.
I've been told from credible sources the reason that Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from responding or telling anyone the answer.
You really didn't want to tell anyone? A major superstar was reportedly targeting a minor, and you didn't want to even tell the cops? The cops don't need validated sources. They'll go in on anonymous stuff, man. They'll bust into Twitch, right? And they'll get those DMs. You saw what they did to Diddy's house like a couple weeks ago. What the Doc did was bad. And wherever you guys stand on him, that's up to you. No judgment here. But what I'm hearing is that Twitch has a lot of accountability to take. And I cannot figure out why Slasher and others who knew and milked this for years never went to the cops, even anonymously. I mean, Slasher, you got the byline out of it for Rolling Stone. That's great, and I wish you the best. But, like, it would have been nice if you did something that was a little more meaningful than just when you get personal gain. And maybe I'm wrong about this. Honestly, it's a gut reaction. I'm receiving the news now. All of us are kind of emotional about the whole thing. It's a big upset. So, Slasher, please feel free to respond and correct me if I've got anything wrong. But I think you all could have done a lot better.